Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. Today, we're going to do a little bit different video than what I normally would do. In fact, we're going to get a little bit back to the roots of the channel. When I first started Sawtooth Tactical a couple years ago, my goal at that time was to review affordable equipment that was also good, effective stuff that you could use and beat up and that would be reliable. And so today, we're going to do an unboxing of the Discovery Opt LPVO. This is a 1-to-6 power first focal plane LPVO for less than 200 bucks. But is it any good? We're going to find out. And we're going to mount it on a rifle. We're going to take it to the range. Have you been wanting to get into the LPVO game? But you look at the prices of LPVOs and it's kind of ridiculous. It's hard to get into a quality LPVO for less than like 1,400 bucks. Now you can do what I did. My first LPVO was a SIG Tango MSR 1-to-6 second focal plane. I've got it on my 16-inch rifle and I've been very happy with it, especially for the price. But this LPVO here comes in about 100 bucks less than that one. And we're going to see if it's worth it because it's first focal plane. And normally you pay a premium for first focal plane. We're also going to mount it on this rifle. Now this is not mine. Some friends of mine own this, Ian and Josie, good friends. But as you can see, they kind of have this thing set up for mid to long distance with the bipod and, you know, the long 18-inch barrel, the big break. This gun is kind of set up to shoot longer distances. And right now they have a 3-power magnified optic on here. This is a Vortex Prism optic. And so we're going to take this off and we're going to mount this Discovery Opt 1-to-6 first focal plane LPVO. But first, we're going to do a little unboxing up close and take a close look at this thing. See if it looks like it's high quality or not. I don't know about you guys, but I've had my bank account hacked 3 times just in the last year. I get spam calls all the time. I've had to get new debit cards because it's been such a problem. And that's why I am partnering with Aura. I'm pretty careful about not putting my information out there, but I Googled my email address and there was still tons of stuff about me. Luckily, a lot of it was Sawtooth Tactical. Data brokers literally have all of your information, your full name, your email, your home address, and those of your family, and they sell them to scammers, spammers, and anyone else who might want to target you. That's why I'm using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are using my information and selling it, and automatically submits opt-out requests on my behalf. Check out how many data brokers Aura found that were selling my information. Cleaning up my information helps reduce the amount of spam phone calls and stuff like that I get. And it also protects me from hackers that could use this information to access my social media, bank accounts, or other sensitive information. And Aura does so much more to protect me and my family from threats that I can't even see. Aura is very easy to set up. I don't have to download several different apps for things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more. I can get it all in one place for one affordable price. You might already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like locking the front door, but leaving the back door wide open. Aura is always on, doing the hard work so that I can focus on other things like building this YouTube channel or whatever else that I want to deal with instead of protecting my own personal privacy. I value my privacy and I value yours. You can go to aura.com/sawtooth-tactical to get your own 2-week free trial. I'll have a link down below in the description. I have looked at some of the reviews for this optic, and from what everybody says, it punches way above its price point. So we're going to see if that's true. As you can see, packaging, very nice. Here you've got, a lens cloth. That's good. You've got your instruction manual. That is helpful for sure. What do we got right here? Quality control, checking inspection. So they already show you, wow, They've literally gone through everything and QC'd it all. That is not usually something you see at a budget price point LPVO. I'm impressed already. Let's check this thing out though. So, pull it out of the box. It's inside a little bag here. And the first thing that I noticed, it actually looks very similar to my Sig Sauer LPVO. This, your adjustment dial for your magnification here, it's very similar in design to the Sig LPVO. Your turrets here are definitely bigger, but that's nice, easy to get a hold of. They are capped, so you can pull these off, and that's where you can make your adjustments for windage, elevation, all that. Let's see if we can see through it in the camera here. We've got lens covers. These pop right off. And this is going to be difficult with the camera, I think, to really get a good view here. But we're still going to try. Okay, you can kind of see the reticle in there. I don't know. That is difficult. But as you can see here, it is illuminated, which is very nice. And there's an off position in between each of them. So it goes from 1 to 6. 1, off, 2, off, 3, off. So there is an off position between each one. So if there is an illumination that you like, say you like to keep it at 5, you can turn it off and go right back to 5 without having to dial through all the adjustments. Battery goes in right here. And this thing actually looks to be very high quality. Again, it looks very similar in build quality to my Sig LPVO. Let's see what else we get in the box here. So it looks like right here we have, yep, that's what I thought this was. So this goes right in here, screws in, and that is to help you dial your adjustment. Gives you something to grip onto here. You know, dial your magnification down or up. It actually goes the opposite direction of my Sig LPVO. The one that I have, you turn it that way to go up. This one you turn this way to go up. But it is a 1 to 6 power, and again, first focal plane, which to me is that's a rare thing to get at this price point. Let's see what else we get in the box here. We get a kill flash. Again, wow. This thing comes with features. Kill flash on the end, that's really nice. That way if you're hunting with it, or if you actually are using it in a tactical type of situation, you won't get a reflection off there, give away your position. That is very cool. Let's see what else we've got here. In here, okay. We've got scope rings. So, honestly, I feel like I would have liked to have seen a cantilever mount instead of just standard scope rings. Most people are mounting LPVOs with cantilever mounts these days. But it is nice that it comes with something to be able to mount this. Because most LPVOs don't come with any kind of a mount, and you have to buy that separately. We've got, okay, this kind of tells us what we've got here. Our field of view, magnification range, first focal plane. It tells you what your click adjustments are. Eye relief, 4.1 inches to 3.3 inches. I'm sure that has to do with, you know, where your magnification is at. It is illuminated, 30 millimeter tube. It's a 1 to 6 by 24. 23.2 ounces, shockproof, waterproof, fog-proof, nitrogen purged, nitrogen filled. So basically all of the stuff that you want in an LPVO, this does have. Let's see, it looks like this is probably a sunshade for it. Yep, exactly. So that'll block the sun there. Man, this thing comes with a lot of good stuff. This Discovery Opt LPVO here, it does seem like you get a lot of value just in the package for what you're paying for here. But of course, that value is going to be determined by if this optic is any good or not. Now, this was sent out to me for review. I didn't pay for it, but I agreed to make 2 videos, an unboxing video, which is what today's video is, and a second shooting video. We're going to actually see how this thing performs. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to take this rifle, we're going to take the Vortex optic off of it, and we're going to mount this LPVO up and take a good look through it and see what we think so far. Through the magic of video editing, we now have this scope mounted on this rifle, and we're just going to take a good look through it here. I've got it on 1 power, and yeah, it's pretty clear, honestly. It's definitely not bad. It's very usable. Let's see what the illumination looks like. I'm gonna put it all the way on 6. The reticle is very illuminated. Crank it up here. I do like that first focal plane. And the illuminated reticle gets nice and big as it's coming in. Probably wouldn't use it illuminated shooting at distance, but when you crank it back down a little bit, that's a nice red dot for, 1 power up close and personal shooting. So we're going to take this rifle out next week. We're going to do some shooting with this scope on it. We're going to try to get some distance, see where we can get out to that has at least a little bit of distance to test the magnification. We're going to put it on 1 power, test it up close, see how we like it, see how the clarity is actually outdoors where there's some distance, and see how we like it. So far, for the price, I am impressed. It is hard to get into a first focal plane LPVO at $200. Now, again, I do wish it had a cantilever mount instead of these scope rings. There's nothing wrong with these. I was able to get it mounted and leveled pretty well. But the cantilever mount, you're just able to get it mounted a little. This is as far forward as I could possibly get the thing. And I had to have the stock out a little bit in order to have the correct eye relief for it. Now this is where I would put my stock anyway. And the eye relief is perfect right here. But if you wanted to mount this thing any farther forward, you would end up being on the handguard instead of on the receiver. And we all know that that is a no-no. Again, if you are interested in this scope, this is the Discovery Opt 1:6 first focal plane. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to pick it up. And if you want to wait and stay tuned until next week, I will take it out shooting and see how it performs. I have, like I said, read reviews and people seem to be raving about it, especially for the price point that you get it at. So if you haven't gotten into LPVOs yet and you want to check them out, but you don't want to spend an absolute fortune to see if it's a type of optic that you like or not, this might be a great way to go. We will see. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. Please share it with anybody that you think might want to get into the LPVO game or look for an affordable first focal plane LPVO. Make sure you subscribe to Sawtooth Tactical. And from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.